Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Hickory Motor Speedway for the penultimate race of the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series here tonight, presented by the American Sim Racing Club. And boy, do we have some interesting news to get to in just a moment, but we would also like to thank Tallarico's Boardwalk Subs. Not only serving Dobbs, but Jersey-style soup, subs, and salads, serving West Michigan and the Turn 3 Racing Network booth. Bubba's Bout Broke podcast, featuring your favorite local short track hero each and every Monday night. Find out what makes them tick, what they're doing, and ready to go. It's the Bubba's Bout Broke podcast, where you can listen to your podcast today. The LeBlanc Racing Products LLC Triple Crown Series proud sponsor and the proud title sponsor of the Triple Crown Series. I'd also like to thank Postma Flooring, Kane Family Farmstead, and It Takes Balls, a testicular cancer awareness initiative. And I'm not only here by myself, everybody's going to be jumping for joy here tonight. Racing Jason is back with us after getting in trouble with old Roscoe Pico train last week. And welcome back, Dobbs. Glad that we could bail you out.
Absolutely, Al. It's great to be back. Keep my nose clean this week, and I can join you. You know what I'm saying? So we're good.
Well, we're glad to have you back here, and we have some breaking news that was displayed to us. Your current high point man coming in here to tonight's race, not in attendance tonight, Jason. Zach Nichols, a no-show here at Hickory, has some other obligations that had there. We could really see the championship battle tighten up.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Zach. Hopefully everything's okay back home at the shop and everything, but that championship's going to be a little tighter now. Be interesting now. What are they, 29 cars there tonight? We're going to have some action-packed racing, buddy.
Yeah, 29 cars qualifying underway right now. As you look at the driver that comes in second in the standings, the number 8 of Braxton Louise, and he's going to go second quick. But currently on top of that scoring pylon is Brett the Jet Hahn. And this looks like one more car possibly to qualify here tonight, Dobbs. But Brett Hahn looking to be on top of the pole with a time of a 15.42. Dewey scoring a 15.45. McDonald Roach for Shannon, Darling, Bowen, Hoffman, Wright, and Powers, your top 10 so far here in qualifying. And the last car rolling up onto the racetrack right now, the driver of the number 11, teammate to Zach Nichols. This is Jaden Kratacci.
We see Jaden run up front all year long, too, also, Al. He's going to be tough to beat tonight here at Hickory.
Up off of corner number 1, lap number 1 going to start right now. Kratacci going to go 12th quick on lap number 1. Did get word from race officials that they do have Kratacci's lap number 2 a little bit slower, so Kratacci will start in P12 here tonight as our final qualifier. Braden Cook unable to get a lap to count. They did bring the street sweepers out here tonight, Racing Jason, as we know, last night there was a brand new build released here to the iRacing service. And for those at home that don't really know what that means that the updates and all that, and they've updated how the tire marbles on the racetrack interact with the tires. Now if you get out of the groove, those hot marbles are going to get stuck to those hot racing tires.
Yeah, it's going to be just like real life right there, Al. And this is what they call it the iRacing simulator. Once you get up in them marbles, you're going to get real loose, and the car's not going to handle correctly, and it's going to be a bad day for you. You're probably going to be going on home on the rollback.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to see that. We got 125 laps of distance here tonight. A great field of cars here on the penultimate race night for the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series. Only one more race left to go. And we're headed to your state there, Racing Jason. We're headed back to Nashville. But we're going to be on the Big Nashville Super Speedway in 1 week's time as the field starts to populate down here on the front stretch, and that means it's time to go over our starting lineup. Starting on tonight's pole with a time of 15.422, it is Brett the Jet Hahn grabbing the pole. Outside of him will be the Braxton DeWeese Racing car. Number 8, this is Braxton DeWeese. Starting third will be Devin McDonald, and outside of him will be Stephen Rochefort. Row number 3 is going to be Luke Shannon, and outside of him will be the number 88, Chuck Darling. Cy Bowen in car number 17 will roll off 7th, and outside of him, Steve Hoffman in car number 86. Travis Wright and Logan Powers will make up row number 5.
Oh boy, start P11 in that 35 car be number good old boy Hayden Swink. Outside of him be the number 11 of Jaden Katatry. We just saw him make a couple of qualifying laps. On the inside, starting P13 in the 05. It's been a while since we saw him, but it's God Austin. It's been a while since we saw him anyway. Starting P14 to be the 13 of Caleb Ramsey. Starting P15 to be the 33 at Ty Delphia. And starting P16, one of my favorite guys on the iRacing platform, will be the 38 of David Payton. Starting P17 will be the 52 of Riley McVetti. And then starting P18, and then number 17 ride tonight is Jarvis Soderly. I don't know that one now.
You said it right.
Okay. And starting P19 will be Jeff Dillon in the 15 car. And starting 20th. I like 20th. The number 45 of Andrew Hardings.
21st starter is going to be John Dornbos, car number 29, and his dancing partner is going to be Cole Elkins out of Indiana, in car number 28, starting 22nd. Cold Beer, Zach Coyer, 23rd, and outside of him will be Mike McCaskill in the 003. And your remaining starters here tonight, Zach Ford in the 22, John DeMeester in the number 2 car, roll off 26, Tyler Watts, 27th, and Braden Cook will be our 28th starter. Tanner Tallarico, he is up in the mission control booth. And Dobbs, breaking news again. This is the highest field, car count-wise, that the ASRC Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series has seen. And it's good to see this series going to be coming back just after the New Year's, and about midway through the month of January. This series will be back racing right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Zach Nichols chiming in. Glad to see you, buddy. We miss you on the racetrack, but this is going to make heading into next week really interesting in the points battle. Hope you have a good time up at PRI, and we miss you here tonight at the Hickory Motor Speedway. But Dobbs, it's all done but the crying now. It is time to go racing.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this now. Hickory Motor Speedway, 29 cars. I better pull them belts tight, baby.
Up off of turn number 4, the field going to see the 1 to go sign. Everybody getting back into position where they want to be. And Jason, this track being very short, it's not going to take very long before we see these cars getting into lap traffic.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Guys are going to give each other room, but also they're going to try to stay on the lead lap. It's going to be a 10 to 100 laps. Green flags in the air, Al. Here we go.
Green flag is up. We're underway. And DeWeese with a good start to the outside. Around the 71 of Brett the Jet Hahn, and Braxton DeWeese knows what's on the line. Going to try to maximize points here tonight in the 100 lap contest. DeWeese going to lead lap number 1. Stephen Rochefort working that outside lane as well. Interesting to see that outside lane being quick early on here.
Higher groove in practice. I was out there ghost mode, and the higher line diving in the corner was the way to go. I guess that's something I didn't know, but they're making it work out there. Oh, got Andrew Harding spun out here, Al, in front straight away.
Andrew Harding's bringing out our first Tallarico Boardwalk sub-caution flag. His Hardings will go around here on lap number 2. And maybe a little bit of front end damage to that Thunderbird, but don't look too bad for wear in a single car incident. It's hard to believe that here with 28 cars out on the racetrack. The 003 of McCaskill has a little bit of damage as well. Let's take a look back here and see What happened? And Harding just lost the handle, Dobbs, up off the corner. And around it went. So single car spin, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, nothing too bad. I think the old Thunder Chicken's ready to grow again now. Just, you know.
Yeah.
Those tracks out there's pretty loose though early on. Cars got a lot of, I don't know. When I was out there in ghost mode, I was all over the place. But maybe it's because I can't drive asphalt. I'm not for sure.
Yeah, right now, and Braxton Weiss with a little bit of electrical issues right there as he blinked out for a moment as we get ready to go back green flag racing into the restart zone, and we are back underway. Side by side back there for spot number 2 is the Brett Hahn automobile trying to fend off the double O of Stephen Rochefort. And how about Bowen there? Cy Bowen in that 017. He's up to the 4th spot.
Yeah, here he comes. He's making his way up through there, Al.
Travis Wright in that Integrity number 10 car. He's working up underneath Charles Darling. Side-by-side battle, though, for spot number 2 with Brett Hahn working the outside, of Stephen Rochefort. Able to hold strong so far. We'll see how long that's going to last up there on the outside.
I kind of like that outside line. It's working real good, I think. Maybe better off later on in the race.
I mean, it is possible there. Right now, we got to be wondering, is it eating up the tires on that 71 car? They work down the back, stretch a little bit deeper in the pack. Braden Cook making a little bit of move. Yes, sir. And as they work down here, right in front of him is the 13 of Zach Hoyer. As we go on board with the driver of the 38 of Braden Cook. Now he's going to work to the
Big wreck! Oh no! Big wreck out!
Big wreck. Everybody checking up here on the front stretch. Caleb Ramsey involved. Brett Hahn involved in this one as well. Yellow flag number 2 coming out here. Oh boy.
It'll be hard to shake up there, Al.
Brett Hahn's going to go from running in second there, Dobbs, to back there, try and find it on the... What happened? He was running on the outside there, down the backstretch around Stephen Rochefort. Gets down in the turn 3. Oh, a little bit of contact between Rochefort and Hahn. And up across the racetrack, Scott Austin involved. Everyone else just kind of slowing up for it. But a lot of hard contact there. The 31 of Logan Powers, also hard contact. Stephen Rochefort just got in the corner a little bit better than Brett did, and around it went.
It's a hard break for all those drivers right there.
We'll go on board with Stephen Hoffman. You can see the accident right there up in front of him, and the track just closed up. And slight contact, not hard contact, but a couple guys getting brought right into that one. So a lot of cars down on pit road are out of this one. Travis Wright and Chuck Darling may have pulled their cars behind the pit wall. with some new names up at the front. Green flag is back out. We're back underway.
Laps are winding down too, Al. We're already on lap 18. Yellow. Tires haven't really got up to heat yet. Gonna be interesting.
It is, and a little up front is Deweese here. Scott Austin working up underneath the driver out of Woodstock, Georgia. That's the 35 of Hayden Swank. Swank rolling the outside fairly good. The 11 of Kurtachi has to hit the binders. And the yellow flag coming out once again. And looks like maybe Luke Shannon in trouble. Zach Ford was off the racetrack in the Budweiser 22. So, him and the number 2 car of the Meester make contact. The 22 spun up off of turn number 2 off the nose piece of the Miller Highlight of John the Meester, and that will slow us for our 3rd time here. And I tell you, a lot of action around this racetrack, Jason. It's hard to take and catch it all.
It is. Tough, you know. Our camera crew's doing the best they can. Me and you are doing the best we can to try to get everything in organized. And sometimes we're a little out of practice, you know. But drivers are just doing what they do best, week in, week out, and put on a heck of a show for these fans out there. All the millions of fans tuned in now. I believe it's going to be a good race. You got to get settled down a little bit. Settle down, figure stuff out, and they'll be all right.
Yeah, one driver that's loving this, though, is the driver, that number 8 of Braxton Deweese. Out front, racking up the laps led.
Huge for him, especially that championship.
We'll be headed back into the race1wraps.com restart zone. This time, pace truck down and away. And Braxton Deweese jumps on that loud pedal. We're back underway.
A fan out down here. Braxton Deweese got a good lead, though.
Tell you, Cy Bowen, though, right there on the back side of him. Bowen making limited starts this season, has been fast when he's been here. Finds himself in spot number 2. Deeper in the back though, Luke Shannon in that 130 car working the outside of the 38 of David Payton. Making up one spot. Luke Shannon's gone backwards a little bit early on in this race. Biggest mover has been Zach Hoyer, up 15 spots in that 13 car. So not a good qualifying run, but he's put the pedal to the metal here early on in this one.
Got it back under yellow, Al.
Yellow flag coming back out. John Dornbos spinning around, a little bit of left front damage too to Conley's complete entry. Let's take a look and see what happens, shall we?
Foul it up there.
Racing behind John DeMeester, Logan Powers right there underneath him. In the corner, just contact. Both cars fighting for the same position. And Dornbos going to just go around in a single car spin. No harm, no foul, but a little bit of a slow start here. Cautions breed cautions, though. Isn't that the saying?
It's a thing, Al. That's a thing. And, as it happens, hot track like this, 29 cars, give and take. But hey, look, you only got 100 laps. You think 100 laps, we got a long time to go. Well, we're already on lap 30.
Yeah, 71 to go.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not long. You're gonna go.
So the field doubling on up. It is Deweese, Bowen, Swank, McDonald, Kurtachi now in the top 5. How about Scott Austin in the number 5 car? Caleb Ramsey runs in 7th. Zach Coyer 8th. Ty Delphia in 9th. And Stephen Hoffman in that 86 car sits there in spot number 10. And last night in the Postma flooring, it was your race leader that went back to victory lane in the Postma flooring late model stock tour. Can he sweep the night or the week? We are going to find out as the green flag is up. We're back underway and a good restart by Deweese down in the turn number 1.
Oh, Hayden Swank kind of missed the corner there a little bit. Car's beat up a little bit there, going for second though. The fender flare hurt the car out, maybe.
It could. It definitely plays a little bit of downforce maybe taken away on that turn in. I know, yes, iRacing does get that detail, so it could definitely be hurting them. One car trying to make his way back up to the field is the 00 Stephen Rochford, and Rochford came in top 5 in points, so he is trying to stop the bleeding. He currently sits in spot number 18, trying to get to 17th. And Rochford really quick in these street stocks here, the race1wraps.com street stocks. And everybody really vying for position. How about the 52 back there? That's Riley McKenny. A lot of cars moving in, grooving. The outside lane working. Brett Hahn trying to make his way back to the front. He's had to go into the pits, get some damage repaired to the U.S. Air Force entry. Hahn is back here in a hornet's nest. Up front, though, it is Braxton Deweese, but he has got some pressure from Cy Bowen. One car sideways in front of the field. That's the 2 of Johnny Demeester, and the yellow flag going to fly for John Demeester, and that Miller Genuine Draft is all cracked and leaking here on the front stretch.
Oh man, stuck up like a stone cold stunner, huh?
Spilled his beer.
Oh man. No.
Got back going, and John Demeester got up into the loose stuff here off of turn number 4. The leader's behind him and just lost the handle and into that inside wall, and Barney had no choice but to throw that yellow flag, and we are slowed down once again.
Now, me and you got enough time right now. We could probably walk in a state park for as long as this race is going.
No. Couldn't even get to the entrance. You'd be huffing and puffing.
You think so?
While you eat all those Talarico Boardwalk subs before every race.
Hey, look, as long as we got water and we don't got to walk 5 miles, we're good. We're good. I'd be all right.
God.
Doctor says I got a high metabolism. Sorry. I like this Bowen kid though, man. Where'd he come from? 017, red car. Like it.
Yeah, Cy Bowen out there. Hayden Swank. Healthy field of cars, and it is making us happy here for the race1wraps.com Street Stock Series. And it is the off season, but that means it's time to get your race car looking pretty. Nowhere else to go but then race1wraps.com. They can get that wrap out to you and help you get it installed if you're in the Michigan area. Also t-shirt designs and all that. His green flag is back out. We're back underway. Talarico Boardwalk sub. Yellow flag goes back away. Swing to the inside, trying to get around the side. Bowen. But how about Jaden Kurtachi? Kurtachi from 12th up to the 3rd spot now. Working it outside lane.
I tell you what, I don't know if it was just me or what, but every car after that green flag dropped on the outside skimmed off the fence. Like they're still smoking it.
Tell you right now, you got Braxton Deweese out front, but friends and teammates of Zach Nichols right there behind him. Simon and Jaden Katachi running 2 and 3. Now how about the 13 of Ramsey working the outside as well? The top 4 or 5 cars going single file. How about Devin McDonald? Didn't mention him yet tonight, racing Jason. He's up there inside the top 5. McDonald qualified in the 3rd position. He's having a good run. He's putting the pressure to Hayden Swink down in turn number 1.
He is right there, knock on the door, but what a run right here. Good run between Scott Austin and Caleb Ramsey. These guys are not giving an inch. Now Ramsey kind of fall in line, but man, they're beating and banging on each other.
That they are, in the 5 of Austin working around. Oh, Hoffman around, yellow flag coming out once again for the 6th time tonight. As the 86 gone around, Stephen Rochford. Oh no, trouble for Rochford as well. Rochford came into tonight's race 3rd in the standings, only 10 points behind Braxton Louise, and tonight, one of those nights he wished he could restart. Let's see here.
In out.
Yellow flag coming out. Let's see. Got a replay of it. Down here through turns 3 and 40 corner. Oh, to 86, they got 3 wide down the front stretch in the double zero, trying to give them some space. And Peyton gone around along with the 86 car. The 86 made contact with the 17 of Sottily. And that got them 3 wide. We'll go on board. Oh, tough break there for the 38, David Payne. Stephen Rochford went down pit road to get some damage fixed.
A break for that guy now.
Field doubling up though behind the pace truck. That means we're going to go back green flag racing. Just in a moment's time.
That's right on the pace truck.
Yes, sir. Just past the halfway point, too. Braxton Louise has led them all. Green flag is up. We're underway, and a good restart by Louise. Here comes Kratacci underneath Cy Bowen. Side-by-side battle up off of turn number 2 they come. It'll be Bowen with the momentum on the outside. Able to make it work. Hold on to spot number 2.
Go with, man. That's a fast looking car tonight.
Yeah, right now he's working there, and I tell you, look at the 18 of McDonald now working through there as well, up off the corner down the backstretch. He's underneath the 35 of Swank, and Ramsey giving him a little bit of a love tap. And let's go, boys. Let's get rowdy.
Trying to get somewhere. Gonna head out 98 out the gate, baby.
Scott Austin working the outside up at the 13 of Philadelphia, right there in front of the black number 13 of Goldbeer, Zach Coyer. Meanwhile, Bowen right there, really still applying the pressure. We're keeping eyes on this side-by-side battle down the backstretch. 2 rows deep. And the thing is, we get a long green flag run here right now, Jason. Those marbles start to build up. Will we set that outside lane? Get there. 1 car out of shape. That's the 38 car. Out of shape. That was 38 of Braden Cook, and he holds on to it. We stay green.
I run. I'll be able to run all the way to Knox. Down through there, you know what I'm talking about, Knoxville, Al.
Iowa?
All the way there, I can't say.
Deweese out front over Bowen. We still watch this battle for the 5th position. In fourth position is McDonald trying to make something happen. Scott Austin now starting to roll that outside lane with Hayden Swank. Swank holding on to the fourth. Here comes Scott Austin trying to put the car number 5 into spot number 5. Jeff Dillon working the outside as well back there. He's trying to make his way into the top 10 for the first time here tonight.
What about the top 3 though, Al? Those 3 are kind of checked out.
Yeah, they are
back there.
They are nose to tail. We watched that battle at side by side, but up front, those top 3 cars just logging some laps right now. And Zach Coyer now swings to the outside of the 13 of Delphia. Delphia running in the 8th position. Scott Austin to the outside of the 18 of Devin McDonald. And he'll draw even down the backstretch.
That little right here. I don't know, these front 3 though, they have found something out. It's called getting something going, son. They have checked out.
They're checked out like you do at the old Come and Go.
Sorry?
You know that it's a convenience store.
I've never been there.
Oh, I thought you lived there.
No. Oh my gosh, I don't know what to say.
18 of Devin McDonald down to the inside. The 13 of Ramsey going to work to his outside. Now Scott Austin applying pressure to the 35 of Hayden Swank, and yellow flag flies here for our 7th time. It looks like Jason threw out the pickle.
I think it was on the 2 car, John Nestor.
Zach Ford went on and off the racetrack. Let's take a look and see. He was sideways on the back stretch and that brought out the yellow flag. So he made some hard contact. So the Miller Draft can all crunched up and spilled on the front stretch. The Budweiser said, "Hold my beer." And we're going to crack one open on the backstretch wall. So a tough break for Zach Ford, who sits down on pit road right now.
Miller car now looks like a Bristol car back in the day when Rusty Wallace drove it. All destroyed.
Yeah, John DeMeester back out on the racetrack trying to salvage some points. At least the roof is not scuffed up yet, so it's not like that car that went for a ride. I believe that was at Talladega.
Yeah. So what you're saying is he'll have some merch for sale after the race at the trailer.
Yeah, you might be able to buy some panels, help these boys go to LaPlante Racing Products, get their cars all fixed up.
You know what's ridiculous, Al? I got a hood that come off Racing Jason's car, a 2024.
Yeah.
It's for sale. I mean, it's still here. Somebody needs to buy this thing.
Paying shipping?
Am I paying shipping?
Yeah.
What does it look like?
Well, you have a race car, so I figured you got money.
Hey, Griffin Stone, baby. That's where the race car money comes from.
We're closing in on 25 laps to go. Deweese has led the first 70. Cy Bowen, Jaden Kurtachi, Hayden Swank, Scott Austin, Caleb Ramsey, our top 6 pace truck down on the way, and we are back underway.
Jump right here, side by side going into turn 1. Lean on him a little bit. No.
That allows Deweese to get out a little bit sideways. Look at the 11 car, Kurtachi sliding up underneath him. Got on those brakes there. He got a little bit sideways. Maybe a little bit too much rear brake to how hard he got on there. That's going to allow Bowen to take over that number 2 spot for once again. Now Swank working the outside. Bowen gets a little bit loose off the corner. And they're stacking them up, ready to rack them again.
Hey, what? Man, back there a little farther back, McDonald and Ramsey door slammed each other coming out of 4. That was intense.
A lot of action all the way around this racetrack. They were come off the corner down the backstretch. It is still Deweese out front. Going to see 25 laps to go. This time at the line. Look at Scott Austin He's working up underneath Hayden Swink. They were swapping paint. The two teammates of Bowen and Kratacci, they're battling it out.
Swink were just leaning on each other. Hayden's kind of found something.
Oh, hang on to a McDonald sideways. It's going to stack the field up. Somehow we stay green. Woo. I don't know what happened there, but that could have been bad in a hurry.
Right, go check the stats with our boy Brett the Jet. He's coming back up towards the field, about to try to climb up in the top 10.
He's working with Cole Elkins in that 28 car to the inside of him. Brett the Jet trying to come up through the field. Brett came into the top 5 in points coming into tonight's racing. Stephen Rochefort back on the lead lap, sits in 22nd. Not the night he was hoping for.
Not. What traffic headed for your Christmas family get-togethers, Al? We are bunched up everywhere, son.
Yeah, they're jammed up and jelly tight down the backstretch. Swank and the 11 of Kratacci. I tell you, Kratacci's car is starting to look like a dirt street stock out there. Hanging that right rear out there. He holds on to that 4th position right now.
A little dirt track action now.
Yeah, still have Devin McDonald trying to hold off the 13 VT of Ty Delphia. He's got the 130 of Luke Shannon. That Budweiser mobile is starting to make his way back towards the front. Shannon working there with the 130 up off of turn number 4. Trying to make something happen. The laps are ticking. I tell you, Bowen starting to close in on your race leaders. We watch this battle between Delphia, Shannon. Oh, hold on to it. Devin McDonald is sideways.
And battle for P3, Kratacci and Hayden Swank. Bob Austin, Caleb Ramsey, they're all right there under a blanket.
Zach Clare got a little bit loose off of turn number 4 there. And that caused a little bit of a stack up. I tell you, the gloves are off out there right now. There's a lot of beating and banging and battles all the way through the field.
And we've got security on hand tonight, Al. We brought extra security. And oh, Kratacci and Swank. Oh, I don't know how they didn't wreck each other.
These guys are still beating and banging on each other. So we go on board with Scott Austin. You see the top 2 kind of out there on their own. Austin going to try to get to the outside. Couldn't quite get the power back down to get a run on Kratacci. And the yellow flag coming out here once again as John Demeester and Steve Hoffman bring out the yellow flag once again. It looks like McCaskill involved as well. Let's take a look back here and see. Oh, at the corner, looks like McCaskill came up the racetrack and around. Oh boy! And Demeester comes in and slams him. Nowhere to go there. Let's go on board with Stephen Rochefort. You see the 003 just got tight up off the corner, got into the Ramsey, or Hoffman, excuse me. And that's all she wrote there, Jason.
Not a good way to end your night.
No. So McCaskill and Hoffman on pit road. Stephen Roach were able to keep on going. John Demeester is on the racetrack as well as the yellow flag continues to stay out. There'll be 10 laps to go at the stripe right there.
That shootout 10 lap dash for cash.
Don't say that too loud.
Al, you got all your Christmas presents wrapped or what?
I ain't even started.
Oh my. catch up like these guys are about to catch this checker flag right here. Al. Here we go.
Here we go.
Nervous?
A little bit. Green flag back out, and we are back underway. 9 laps to go. There comes Cy Bowen, a much better start, trying to get to the outside of the 8 of the Weiss. Now crossover move down into turns 3 and 4. Braxton Louise fighting for his life on the outside. Cy Bowen to the inside, right to the corner. Contact off the corner. Bowen draws even down the back.
I don't even know what to say, Al. This is intense.
Cy Bowen. Oh, more contact, and he's going to take Deweese out. Deweese goes around yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, no good shooter.
And that is a big one.
I didn't know we're at Daytona, baby.
Oh, the heartbreak for the 8 of Braxton Deweese. Cy Bowen and him battling it out, make some contact, and around will go Deweese here. We'll take a quick look at it. Down into the corner. Up off the corner, and they just looks like the side got tight under the left door panel. Got loose trying to correct it and came up and got him.
Oh, I don't want to say this, but track racing with 5 to go. What happened?
Oh.
Great. Tough.
Hey, good thing we don't have to make a call.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. We're just up here talking.
Yes. Cy Bowen going to hold on to the race lead. Jaden Kurtachi to the outside. How about Scott Austin and Hayden Swank in row number 2? Caleb Ramsey and Devin McDonald in row number 3. And I tell you, there's not a car out there with a straight piece on her. Yellow flag coming back into its holster. Green flag is up. We're back underway.
Oh, McDonald shot up towards the fence. I think he's broke. Woo!
We stay green.
Demolition Derby.
We stay green as they work down here through the corner. 2 laps to go. Is now the top 2 side by side. Here comes Scott Austin. They'll make a little bit of contact. Kurtachi into the outside wall. Contact there. Scott Austin into the back. White flag is out. Final trip around the speedway. Caleb Ramsey sideways into the turn number 1. We keep eyes on the top front spot. Kurtachi on the outside. Bowen down low. Here they come off of turn number 4 sideways. Kurtachi's going to win it.
Finish. Not finish.
Kurtachi.
Have you ever?
Photo finish at the end. Kurtachi going to pick up the win. Bowen and Swank rounding out your top 3.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Security's been called at the pits, Al. I'm glad I'm up here with you, buddy.
Jaden Kurtachi's front has seen some better days. As he'll come down here on the front stretch. Cy Bowen credited for 2nd currently. Hayden Swank in 3rd. Braxton Deweese going to salvage a 12th place finish as we get ready to go into our race 1 wraps post-race show. As we head down track side, I've left the booth. Jason was getting a drink, and we'll be down here in Victory Lane momentarily with tonight's race winner. We'll get everybody in here. Give everybody a quick second here. Here they are. So we'll hop down into victory lane with the driver of the number 11 of Jaden Kritachi. And Kritachi up 11 spots here tonight, making some moves and some passes out there. Car has seen better days, but talk us through this race for yourself here, buddy, especially on that final restart to grab yourself the victory here.
Yeah, like, holy crap. I don't even know what happened. Obviously, we hit our restart pretty good there. Cy obviously had the better edge going into turn 1, but just kind of held her wide open, let her hang out up on the top side. Somehow worked. Don't know how that was possible, but yeah, we managed to come across the line first after a crazy side-by-side finish, and especially after not having any practice tonight and absolutely screwing up qualifying. I'm very happy with how this turned out.
I mean, this race, it was very physical right from the get-go. How was it from your standpoint? Obviously, going to have to go to LaPlante Racing Products and get some parts and pieces to get this thing back together for the season finale next week at the Nashville Super Speedway. But I mean, I was really surprised to see how well that outside lane could really hold court.
Yeah, the outside was very surprising tonight, I will say. I didn't expect it to be good. The only way you could make it work, though, was on the restarts, and you really had to send it on in. But, I mean, we don't really get a lot of that. And with how this race went, I mean, there was definitely a lot of cautions, unfortunately. We hate to see that for the league and stuff. But Hickory brings out the best of us. This is grassroots racing, and you can't get better than that.
Well, you're going to get that win by just the slimmest of margins, just 0.5 of a second there. And man, how much fun was that racing with Bowen? And you saw him get loose up underneath the 8 of Deweese there to bring out that last yellow flag before this finish that we had. Were you nervous that maybe that same fate would you racing that hard?
I had faith in him. He's a pretty good driver from what it seems like, so I wasn't really too worried. The deal between them looked maybe like racing incident. I don't know. It all happened so fast, so it was kind of hard to tell. But yeah, I can't believe we won without a nose, a back bumper pretty much gone, spoilers hanging on the track pretty much. So
I don't know if it'll pass tech that way, but
yeah, we won't tech the body. We'll tech everything else.
Well, congratulations on this win, man. It's hard to believe just one more week to go. The Nashville Super Speedway, big track, just a little bit over a mile. What do you think we're going to expect to see there next week?
I don't know. Nashville Super Speedway and street stock combination is very interesting, I will say that. I think it's going to be a little bit of a drafting, but not through the corners. I mean, probably going to have to lift with it being concrete and lower banking, but I think it'll be a good time. We'll get it all figured out, and I'm sure everybody will have fun.
I agree with you. Well, congratulations on the win here tonight. Who makes it all possible on this 11 car to be here talking to us here in Race1Wraps.com Victory Lane?
Obviously, I got to thank you guys for broadcasting and Tanner for putting on the league. Also want to shout out Hayden and Cy for racing me clean. We both had great side-by-side battles, especially with Hayden. That one lasted for forever. I didn't think that was going to end. But other than that, sponsorship-wise, we got R&B Car Company, Community-Wide Federal Credit Union, TechWorks Trailer Sales, Hoax Graphics, Preferred Warranties Incorporated, R&M Towing. They're new with us, and they just came on board for the 2025 season, so we're looking forward to working with them and anybody else who's going to come on board as well.
Well, congratulations here tonight, Jaden, on picking up that win. Enjoy this one, buddy. I know you got some parts and pieces they're going to try to stuff into the box and bring it back home, and we'll hopefully see this thing back together without any duct tape next week at the Nashville Super Speedway.
Can't guarantee. I know parts are on back order, so we'll find out what happens to the 11.
All right, congratulations. That's Jaden Kritachi, tonight's feature event winner, and you're caught up with a driver that finished, just about a half a bumper cap behind him, Mr. Cy Bowen.
Your Cy, man, P2 tonight. Kind of had a little exit there, a couple laps before the checker flag flew, bud. Tell us how that went down.
You know, I was talking with Jaden while we were racing and telling him I'm going to give him plenty of room, and Yeah, I know that he was going to give me plenty of room, and looking back at it, definitely should have used him up at least a little bit going in that last corner, because that top was just rolling all night. But overall, I mean, you can't be too mad about a second and that close of a finish.
Like, no, 17 car was hooked up all night long up towards the front. Braxton was a little bit faster than you, but you were catching down there later, and those cautions just kept coming out. It had to get annoying after a while, though.
Oh, for sure. It was like every single time we restart, Braxton would get a little bit away from the way that he was starting and the line that he was running, but the longer that we would run, I would start catching him again. And every single time, the time that we actually start gaining a little bit momentum on him or getting back to his bumper and looking for a move, the caution would come out. So we kind of just kept getting held up there, and finally we got a good run on him going into turn 3 after a restart, and got underneath him. And I haven't had the chance to actually look back at it. In the car, it felt like he came down a little bit at the same time that I may have came up a little bit, but it seemed like just a racing deal. Nothing was meant any harm by it. So, I mean, it was a lot of fun racing against him and Jaden and Hayden as well.
Dude, you put on a heck of a show tonight, man. This car was hooked up. Tell us about this new iRacing update, man. It had to be crazy. The marbles look real insane out there. Was it really loose when you hit those things, or could you tell?
I didn't really try to get into them. I heard some people talking about it, so I stayed as far away as possible from those things, so I didn't necessarily get to play around with it a whole lot. But I know it was definitely affecting some other people.
Yeah, dude, congratulations, P2 tonight, and who you got to think out there with this old hot rod?
Oh, I mean, Jaden for sure, helping me out a little bit, and being able to actually race with somebody out there on the track, and of course, all my family and my girlfriend for watching and supporting me.
All right, dude, Si. Well, congratulations out there. Will we see you next week at National Super Speedway?
Possibly, maybe there.
Buddy. Well, congratulations, and now I'll get back to you, buddy.
All right. Thank you, Jason. That's Cy Bowen finishing in spot number 2. We're going to slide down to the driver out of Georgia. We talked to him 1 week ago, and Hayden Swank making another appearance here in the Race1Wraps.com podium. And Hayden, a great battle out there at the right front. Well, you're going to take the sledgehammer to that, but we don't have to talk about that at all. Talk about this race. A little bit of a caution here and there, but when you guys were racing, it looked like it was fierce and the gloves were off.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely had our fair share of cautions tonight, but when the racing was good, it was probably the best it's been all season. I mean, huge shout out to Jaden there. We ran side by side for probably 25 laps. I mean, that was one of the best battles I've had at this track, in this league, on iRacing, period. So really, really happy with that. But with the damage we picked up, I had to work for it, so I was going to be disappointed if we didn't walk out of here with a podium. So, yeah, pretty solid night.
Hey, you got that speed back in this race car, and second straight week on the podium, and looking fairly good as we head into the season finale. It seems like you're late in the season there. We got to get that rabbit's foot a little bit earlier to you here in these seasons.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is me just running a lot of higher horsepower cars. I hadn't run a whole lot of the late model stock or street stock for years before this league started, so I think it was equally as much luck as it was me just trying to find my speed. Still need to find something in qualifying trim. I hate rolling off 11th, 15th every week, but we've got something figured out, and I'm really looking forward to carrying that into this ASRC Street Stock League next year. I think the competition in that's going to be insane, but now I feel like I'm at a point where we can compete with anybody, and sooner or later that'll turn into a win.
Well, congratulations here on this third place finish. Next week, kind of going to an unknown, really, the Nashville Super Speedway with these street stocks, and people not really sure what to expect and how the racing is going to be. Any experience or what are your thoughts headed into a very fast racetrack next week?
Yeah, I think the only frame of reference we have for this style of racing we're going to see next week is our season opener at Charlotte. But even then, we're dealing with a little bit more sweeping turns and a lot more banking. So I think it'll be the same style of pack racing, but I think there'll be a little bit more attrition to it. I think it'll be a little bit of what we see with the next gen at Auto Club or Phoenix, where yes, the draft does play a huge part in this race, but saving that right front tire, making sure you're not burning it up, like really cranking the wheel on the bottom is going to be equally as important. But at the end of the day, what do I know? We'll see what it plays out, and hopefully we're at the front when it all does.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and we'll be watching next week. We'll be up in the booth as usual. But who makes it all possible on this 35 car to be on the podium once again this season?
Yeah, huge thing. Shout out to the ASRC and Tanner Tallarico for putting this deal together. He's done an awesome job at organizing this season. I mean, we had 28 cars tonight, and it's in the 15th race of the season. I mean, not many leagues can gather that kind of pull. I think it's an all-time high for us, and I'm just really excited to see where this league goes into 2025. I'm just excited to be a part of it.
Well, congratulations, Hayden, on tonight's third-place finish, and hopefully we'll see you once again in the season finale and this season on a high note.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure to talk to you.
There you go. The driver from Woodstock, Georgia, going to come home third, and that will do it for our Race 1 Wraps post-race show, Jason. And interesting end to the night here. Final thoughts here from Hickory.
Well, all in all, it was a crazy race. We had the cautions. You're going to get that. You're going to get that at Hickory. 29 cars, tight racing, street stocks. Man, what a tough break for my boy Brett the Jet. I hate that for him. The wreck at the end, going 5 to go, man. It's going to happen. Short track racing. I thought the race was awesome. And we're only down to one more race out. I'm kind of depressed right now, buddy. I mean, it's going to be the end of me and you for the year.
Well, yeah, it's for a few weeks.
Okay. Be like that little thing and little meme or whatever on Facebook, where he's poking the fire and it's not moving. That'll be me, Al, until we get back together.
It will, as you see where your favorite racer finished up on the screen. How about Braxton Ruiz leading the most laps, qualifying up front, and going to come home with a 12th place finish and see what that's going to do in the standings of the bonus points and stuff. He's going to have a fighting chance at it next week at Nashville Nashville Super Speedway next week as we head into that final race of the season. But where he was running would have been a little bit much better of a points night, but a tough break there, like I said, at the end of there. Not really much we can really say about that. We'll have to leave that to the man in mission control. As you see the back half of this field and some drivers with issues early on in this one. Travis Wright and Charles Darling, rough nights for them. They'll rebound in 1 week's time. But Jason, really looking forward to the season finale. I'm going to have to go and lay the concrete down in my repertoire. I don't own the track yet, so we're going to have to do that. And, well, it'll be a good one. I can't really wait to see that. It's going to be a barn burner for the point standings. And a lot of shake-up here tonight at leaving Hickory Motor Speedway. But 1 week to go. It's sad to see the season come to an end. The racing's been great.
Yeah, it has. It's been one heck of a season for sure. And so, Jack Nichols missed tonight, but that tough break for Axel Weiss there. I don't know how far he dropped, but the point race is going to be interesting for sure. And I can't believe we don't have Nashville Super Speedway, Al, already. Like, that's one of my tracks, man. Come on.
Well, we'll have to download it here sooner than later, but until then, we hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast. We want to thank our sponsors once again, Race1Wraps.com, for being the presenting sponsor of the Street Stock Series for the American Sim Racing Club. Whether you're in the market for a new wrap on your race car, some swag, maybe you need some T-shirts for your racing, or whatever, Race1Wraps.com is the place to go. Hit them up on Facebook. Go to Race1Wraps.com and start your order today. Tallarico's Boardwalk Subs, Jersey style soup, subs, and salad, serving West Michigan and feeding Racing Jason. The Bubba's Bout Broke podcast, featuring your local short track hero that runs at your local racetrack throughout the whole entire country. Listen to what they got lined up each and every Monday when a new episode hits the market. Hey, LaPlante Racing Products is the proud sponsor of all the parts that are needed here for the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series get those cars back together, especially after a tough night here at the Hickory Motor Speedway. We'd also like to thank Postma Flooring, Kane Family Farmstead, It Takes Balls, a testicular cancer awareness initiative, as well all supporters of the American Sim Racing Club's Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series. And I'd like to thank Jason for, getting out of jail in time to come visit us here tonight.
I wouldn't say it was jail out, but it was a situation. But we're all good. We're ready to go now, so we'll be all right for next week.
Sounds good. But until next week, keep it wheels down. We'll see you all in turn number 3. Good night, everybody.